Welcome to my new Mesa guide. I haven't done one of these in quite a long time. Last time was with Churchill, which was pretty cool, but this is update 39.0, so this time we're using the wizard axis, or all the teeth of wizards, which is pretty cool, and we're using Oben, because Oben. But anyhow, let's get into the video, and I hope you enjoy. Start with your first Dart Monkey in that corner. The right side of its range should go through that crack on the right side there. Set it to strong. Second Dart Monkey goes right about there as low as possible so that the left side of its range goes through the crack you can see on screen right there. And then final Dart Monkey, pretty much the same thing, as bottom as possible while still going through the crack to the right of the second crack, so right about there. Leave the last two Dart Monkeys on first, and if you got these placements right, you'll beat round 6, 7, 8, and 9, no problem. If you got the final Dart Monkey placement a little bit off, you will have to micro your sniper on round 9 to catch a red that leaks topside, so be aware of that on round 9. And other than that, this early is pretty chill. Round 8 always looks close, but if you got the placements right, you never lose. If you didn't, you can just get your sniper mid-round. But if you got them right, you can just get the sniper at the end of the round like I did. Place it as bottom right on that pedestal as possible. And then set it to strong. And then round 10, slow it down, and then buy a sniper next to your first sniper as low as possible. And leave that one on first. So one sniper on strong, the other one on first. And you need to do this mid-round 10 because we can't actually beat that blue rush without the second sniper. So this rush right here. At the end of round 13, get Oben. As close to your darts as possible, and as low as possible while touching the top part of Oben's range to the top part of the track, right there. Make sure you get this placement right on the top side. At the end of 17, get a Spectre and place it right there. There's no real good visual indicator for this. Pretty much what you want to do is just ensure that the distance between the Spectre's range and the two tracks is about equidistant. So get long reach in the middle of 18, and again, just make sure that when you place the Spectre, it's about the same distance away from both tracks as possible. It shouldn't matter too much though. Before 21, set your first sniper to strong, so the one that was set to first, set it to strong, and then get bigger stacks mid-round. And then for 22, you should use Oben's Brambles. I didn't, but you should. And then at the end of 22, get Smart Spikes, and then just leave the targeting on normal. I didn't do either of those things, so 23 got really, really close, but obviously if you get Smart Spikes, that's not going to be nearly as close. So there's Smart Spikes right there. I got that a bit too late, but it's okay. And as you can see with my Spectre placement, it is favouring the top side a bit more, but that's okay. At the end of 25, get your first wizard below your second Dart Monkey, place it as high as possible. And then upgrade it to Fireball. And then Wall of Fire mid 27. At the end of 29, get your second wizard and place it to the right of Oban. You want the top left part of its range to pretty much line up exactly with the diagonal top left track, so right there. And then just upgrade that one to a fireball as well, because early game wall of fire goes kinda hard. Upgrade it to wall of fire and guided magic at the end of 31, and then set the wall of fire to the top track. So that bend in the top track is a good spot. And then give the other wizard Arcane Blast, and then set the wall of fire location to the bend on the bottom track. On 33, you don't have to use Oban's Brambles, but it just helps. Get Arcane Mastery on that bottom wizard during 35. And then for 36 you can use Brambles when the camos come out. I don't here, and it's totally fine, but you can if you want to. At the end of 39, get a village to the bottom right of Oban, right about there. If you can't fit it, you can also put it to the top left of Oban as low as possible, but it should fit right about here. Give it the discount upgrades and bigger radius, and then your left wizard should be in range of it. Then get Dragon's Breath on your other wizard, and set the other wall of fire to the top track, and then set your Spectre to close. And you don't have to use Brambles here, but I did, and yeah, it doesn't really help anyway. At the end of 40, just set your top path wizard's wall of fire back to the bottom track, and then set your Spectre back to normal. I know it's a lot you have to do for round 40, but it's really easy, so just take your time and do it properly, and you'll be completely fine. At the end of 41, get a wizard on that hoodoo / pedestal and upgrade it to a 203 shimmer. It will be in village range, even if you put the village above Oban as low as possible. With the bigger range upgrade, it will be in range as long as you got your Oban placement correct at the start of the game. On 43, you can use your Brambles if you like, but they're not necessary, really. Get Necromancer at the end of 44. Then Jungle Drums, mid 45. And now it's pretty AFK until we afford Phoenix. You can use Brambles on 47 if you want, but they're not necessary at all. Buy Phoenix mid 49, and the next few rounds are not difficult, but they require some abilities. Use Phoenix when you see a Moab on 52. And on 53, slow it down, move Oban's Wall of Trees as far back as possible on the bottom track, and then use Wall of Trees ASAP after it's off cooldown. So just take it slow and make sure you do it, because we need to suck in that bottom path Moab into the Wall of Trees. 54, you can use Phoenix, but you don't actually have to. 57 use Phoenix for some RNG prevention. On round 60, use Phoenix for the BFB. And then before 63, just turn off auto start because we have to prepare for that hellacious round. On 62, when you see some Fort Moabs come out of the bottom side, use Phoenix, and then for 63, set Oben's Wall of Trees as far back as possible on the top track, and then set your Wall of Fires to both on the bottom track. And then use Wall of Trees immediately. Make sure you get the bananas from Wall of Trees, by the way. And you can also use Brambles on the second wave. And then just use Phoenix again on the third wave. On 62, you should use Phoenix as soon as you see a Fort Moab out of the bottom side. I did it a bit late, so it was a bit late for 63, but if you just do it on time, won't be any problems. Get Pod during 64, and after that, as you can well imagine, it is really AFK for a very long time. Just make sure you reset your Dragon's Breath Wall of Fire to the top track, and Oben's Tree to the bottom track. Use the ability and collect the bananas, that's really important. And once you have your Wall of Trees bottom side, that's all you have to do from now till round 80. So I'll see you guys back then. Around 80, use Phoenix, and also put your Wall of Trees topside, just for some RNG prevention that sometimes happens. You never lose if you have Wall of Trees topside, obviously, but if you don't, sometimes you can lose to the ZOMG. During 84, we're getting mighty close to getting Wizard Lord. By that, mid-round. And yeah, it's Jover at this point. On 85, use Wizard Lord once it starts attacking the bottom track. And that's pretty much going to be the assignment for most of the ZOMG rounds. Whenever it starts attacking the bottom track, just use Wizard Lord Phoenix. The new homing with top path is actually quite nice, especially for a map like this that has two active paths at the same time. On 87, use Wizard Lord again when it starts attacking bottom path. And then get Arcane Spark at the end of 87. And then for the ZOMGs on 88, you can use Wizard Lord again. On 92, use Wizard Lord when you see some ZOMGs. Because right now we just lack ZOMG damage. Because mainly we don't have Archmage yet, so we've got to use that Wizard Lord ability to just destroy ZOMGs. Wizard Lord is really powerful, but it's ability dependent, so it turns a lot of players off, which I understand. 94, same thing. Wizard Lord when you see some ZOMGs, so pretty much at the start of the round. And then during 95, just turn off auto start for these last 5 rounds. Not that they're particularly difficult, it's just easier. For 96, use wall of trees immediately. And make sure you collect all the bananas out of those wall of trees. It's really, really important because we just have enough money to get Archmage before the ZOMGs on 96. Because we really can't afford to use Wizard Lord on 96. So make sure you get Archmage mid 96. And then 97, use Archmage as soon as it starts attacking bottom side. Make sure you do this really, really timely because it is really important for the next few rounds. So use that ability ASAP when it starts attacking bottom side. Then for 98, set Wall of Trees. Not Wizard Lord, but Wall of Trees. I'll get there eventually. Yep. Set Wall of Trees to the top track. Then use the ability immediately at the start of the round. Make sure you collect any money that's in the Wall of Trees. And then use Wizard Lord ASAP off cooldown. You want to use it as soon as possible again because it's necessary for 99, so make sure you get on that. At the end of 98, get your first factory, well second actually, in village range so that it can only hit top path and not bottom path. So anywhere there is fine really. And upgrade it to a 230, no Ab Shredder. This tower is actually good now, thank you NK. Get another Spike Factory, make it a 230 as well in village range. And you can also get your fourth and final Spectre, again in village range, and upgrade it to a 120. Use Wizard Lord immediately on 99. And then upgrade that final Spectre to a 230 as well. And then cheekily upgrade your Wizard Lord to Arcane Blast, just because I want to spike Dario, even though it does nothing. Use Wizard Lord immediately off cooldown, and make sure you reset your Wall of Trees during round 100. And that's all you have to do. Wizard Lord is really, really fun, but relies on abilities, so yeah, if you're not a big fan of that, I can see why you wouldn't want to use this guide, but other than that, really fun run. Oben's maybe not that bad.